Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well. You're all having an incredible day. To start things off, Bitcoin and the aggregated cryptocurrency market attempted to rebound this evening following an intense bout of selling pressure seen earlier today, which came about in tandem with the decline of the markets around the world. This backdrop of global bearishness has proven to be devastating for Bitcoin, as its firm status as a risk-on asset has led it to shed a significant amount of its value as investors flee what they perceive as risky investments in favor of stability. I told you all this it must have been weeks ago at this point. A lot of things that are deemed as risky assets in any kind of way are feeling the effect of this downward movement. And while many people believe or say that Bitcoin is digital gold and or would not be affected by any other type of market movements, it's clear all markets that are seen as risky in any way are having money drained from them because people like security. The strong support that Bitcoin had previously established at $7,700, however, may not be enough to help the cryptocurrency break its correlation with the global markets, as a decline in the stock market's futures suggests further downside is still imminent. At the time of writing, Bitcoin is trading down nearly 3% at its current price of $7,600. I think it's actually even lower than that right now, which marks a slight climb from daily lows of $7,600 that was set earlier today, with bears first attempting to invalidate the support Bitcoin had at $7,700. Without having to really go over much more, it is looking like no one knows, but analysts are saying that they expect when markets open up today that they are also going to suffer a very sharp decline, and this could then only lead to further losses within the cryptocurrency market. As right now, it says it right here, Bitcoin is down by 4.59%. I think it's actually a bit more depending on where you look. This may not be updating as quickly as other places. And while Bitcoin is down by almost 5%, I think there's some altcoins that are down by like 14, 15, 16%, at least at the time of me making this video. So, yeah, it's just kind of what's happening. But yes, prices are down, and they will probably remain down for the foreseeable future. Next up, the Russian communications watchdog has launched an offensive on censorship-resistant platforms, including the Telegram Open Network and the privacy browser known as Tor. Russia's Federal Service for Commission or Supervision of Communications, how did I read that wrong? Information Technology and Mass Media, better known as Roskomnadzor, published a notice on the 3rd of March seeking to engage contractors to research and block anonymous darknet networks hosting content deemed extremist or restricted. The Russian language crypto news outlet Forklog first attempted to call for contractors after it was published by Russia's General Radio Frequency Center. These names. Official documents list anonymous protocols, mesh networks, and Internet of Things as targets on the new Crackdown, with the Onion router, Tor, and Telegram's open network, TON, Invisible Internet Project, I2P, Freenet, and ZeroNet identified as of particular concern. The TON white paper describes a network that can facilitate access to websites that are blocked by government and internet service providers. User network anonymity can be easily preserved by means of TON proxy, and all services will be effectively unblockable, the document states. So we have right now, I think this is how I view things. Many years ago, when I got into cryptocurrency, and even now, I'm sure you've heard about it. You've heard maybe people talking about it. What's the whole thing? At first, people laugh at you, then they make fun of you, then they try to scare you or something like that, and then eventually they laugh at you, they fight you, and then you win. I think that's how you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know the exact order of the words. We are at the point right now where many places around the world are trying to block any type of anonymous, dark, can't see it, encrypted type of networks. We've seen this from law enforcement before in many other countries who said that they are trying to crack down on certain uses of phones. We've seen other people come out before, especially at the end of 2017, at the beginning of 2018. We're talking about what's the word? Remember, I also mentioned this before, for those of you who've been here for a while, about governments not caring for certain cryptocurrencies, and that's why I did not want to have them in my portfolio, because I knew that this type of crackdown would continue. It's also mimicking exactly, remember, what was this, 2 days ago? For those of you not looking at the screen, it says a major French bank is blocking customers from using Coinbase, and if you look at the actual article, where is the actual word? It says it's somewhere around here. The entire reason, there we go. The entire reason for the blocking of the bank accounts is because they said that it has to do with Monero. I don't think that there are so many people within France buying up Monero that you have to block people's transactions and or their bank accounts, especially from using a website. I always feel, at least sometimes for me, that a lot of these things are just kind of it's an excuse. You look for something. You can't really say that Bitcoin or Ether or XRP are evil anymore. So you have to find something else that could also be acquired on that website and simply go, oh, no. No. They're going to buy Bitcoin and then they're going to swap it into Tether and then they're going to swap it into Monero. And it's like, if you really want Monero, you'll get Monero. So thus begins the digitization of the world and the crackdown, if you will, by many places, just trying to figure out how to stop these anonymous networks or anything that they can't really have access to. I mean, no one should be surprised by this. However, for what it's worth, these networks are going to continue to be built. Many of the top cryptocurrencies right now are expected within the next couple of years to also have not maybe completely anonymous transactions, but to the point where things can't really be tracked anymore. Part of the original design plan for Ethereum, and I wonder how much of this has been shelved, is to have, millions of transactions on top of Ethereum. Sorry. Millions of transactions on top of Ethereum, but Ethereum is also supposed to be a world computer. And on top of that, like I said, one of the original ideas for Ethereum was to pretty much be like its own internet that has millions of transactions per second. So it kind of scales-ish to the size of the internet that we have right now. But you can kind of do whatever you want because everything on it is private. But I think a lot of that doesn't get spoken about anymore. And before we move on, I just have to say this. I appreciate those of you who have been asking about my cough. I'm fine. It's winter. People are normally sick. It does happen. I am fine, if you know what I mean. So people who keep asking in the comment section every time I cough, if I breathe too heavy, if I have to clear my throat, I don't think you're being insensitive. I think you may actually care. But when I keep seeing the comments over and over, it just seems like you're trying to have more of a laugh than anything else. I'm fine. It's winter. Let's move on. Next up, it says Bitcoin investors are heavily accumulating the cryptocurrency despite its ongoing downtrend, which could be a positive sign for the benchmark crypto's macro outlook. This growth is elucidated while looking at the number of investors who hold over one entire Bitcoin, commonly referred to as whole coiners. I'll be honest with you, I've never heard anyone say the word whole coiner. If you've heard tell me in the comment section. I've never heard anyone say the word whole coiner, but I guess that's the new phrase that's going around, which has been skyrocketing over the past several weeks. This bullish factor, coupled with heightened market participation rates amongst futures and options traders, seems to suggest that the market is growing and maturing despite the intense ongoing sell-off that is plaguing Bitcoin and many other altcoins. The past several weeks have been rough for Bitcoin and the aggregated cryptocurrency market, with Bitcoin and major cryptocurrencies plummeting from their 2020 highs. Although the sell-off has shifted investor sentiment to be highly bearish, it appears that retail investors still have some underlying confidence in Bitcoin's mid to long-term outlook, as data shows that the number of wallets holding over one Bitcoin has just hit a fresh all-time high. Glassnode, a prominent cryptocurrency research and analytics firm, spoke about this in a recent tweet, noting that there are now 795,630 wallets containing over 1 Bitcoin. That is to say, it's not only 795,000, there may obviously be other, or rather, I'm sure there are, as we all know, certain wallets that may have 3 Bitcoin, 45 Bitcoin, 10,000 Bitcoin, but collectively, there are 795,000 that have over a Bitcoin. They said BTC number of addresses holding 1+ coins just reached an all-time high. Previous all-time high of 795,000 was observed on the 10th of March. They noted while pointing to a chart showing the steady growth of new whole coiners. This is something I think a lot of... here's my feeling on it. I think a lot of people have been waiting for moments like this. We've had so many people in the comment section who have been telling me and other people to not hype up the market, don't hype up the anything. They wanted prices to go back down so that they could accumulate more Bitcoin. I have a lot of friends who were into, this is not financial advice. This is not me telling you what to do. This is me simply telling you what happens in my own life with my friends and the people who I discuss money with. A lot of people I know I have a couple of friends who have around half a Bitcoin, give or take. And they've been waiting for the price. They really waited for the price to kind of go down to exactly where, I mean, they wanted to go even less because they want to fulfill that goal of having an entire Bitcoin. As once again, you should all know, 21 million, 18 million minted, and around anywhere between, 4 to 6 million are gone forever, and millions more are locked up. So the actual circulating supply isn't that high. But this is actually... I mean, it's not bad news. It's actually very great news, especially if you already have Bitcoin. It means that the supply is going to shrink even further and that more people are trying to accumulate. And the more people that we have in this world who are trying to accumulate even fractions of Bitcoin, if not entire Bitcoin, is only going to rise, especially as time ends up going on. I'm trying to think of a question. There was somebody in the comment section who was asking me something, and I didn't know how to deal with it. What was the question? Yes. No idea who you are. The person was asking, he said, he looked at my previous videos and he said that I kept on saying that Bitcoin was going to be adopted worldwide and Bitcoin was going to be this, and how Bitcoin was a store of value and how Bitcoin was, heavy adoption, the whole thing. And he said, if Bitcoin's going to be so heavily adopted, why are there only 18 million coins minted? And I didn't know how to answer your question. I think I just continued scrolling by because that's all that has been minted thus far by the network. I like to assume that you're relatively new to the space. Read up on Bitcoins, you figure out why there are only 18 million and a maximum of 21 million. Besides that, I just can't help you. Let's move on. Give me half a second. Had some more tea. In news that was everywhere news for some odd reason, United States-based cryptocurrency exchange known as Kraken is embracing traditional Forex trading, going live with 9 new fiat currency pairs today. From 2:30 in the afternoon UTC, users worldwide, notably excluding the United States, will be able to use the Kraken platform to trade directly between euros, US dollars, Canadian dollars, Japanese yen, pound sterling, and Swiss francs. And they have the pairs exactly for what I was just saying. I'm not reading out all those words. I'm not. Kraken appears to be the first major crypto exchange to make an entry into the Forex market. Unlike its trading services for cryptocurrencies, Kraken is not offering margin trading on its Forex offering at launch. It is, however, setting what it claims are industry low order minimums, meaning that traders are only required to trade 10 units of base currency for each transaction. Long story short, Kraken is opening up a foreign currency exchange trading service on their platform. It's also right here. The news was many other places. This website says, will this be a game changer? I don't honestly think so. I think many of the platforms that are out there right now are usually looking for other ways, things to make money, and they're trying to see kind of what sticks. Binance is guilty of this, so is Coinbase, so is Poloniex, so they all are. Everyone looks for something that could potentially be a winner for them and their platform. But for this news to really be everywhere, maybe it's actually, wow, maybe it's as significant as a normal traditional platform adding cryptocurrency. So if you are only for cryptocurrencies and you're adding fiat trading, anyway, if you are into Forex and you like making Forex money, well, Kraken now has the place for you. I don't know. Anyway, this news was very popular today. Right. Let's move on. Next up, also kind of everywhere news. It says Ripple is posting a slew of new job openings across the globe. A number of open positions are designed to help the San Francisco-based company further develop the XRP ecosystem. While others are focused on improving Ripple's XRP-powered cross-border payments product known as on-demand liquidity, one of the new listings is for a project marketing senior manager at Spring, Ripple's XRP-focused fundraising and development arm. Wow, we just started like hailing outside. Oh my goodness. Can you hear it? No, you probably can't hear it. The microphone's not close enough. Little pellets of ice slamming on my window. The job ad sheds light on the company's plans for the division's future. They said Spring is seeking an experienced and entrepreneurial product marketing leader to drive our go-to market efforts. This role sits at the heart of defining Spring strategy. In close collaboration with leadership, product engineering, and developer relations, you will own the strategy and roadmap for Spring go-to-market, including developer segmentation, positioning, and overall narrative. Sure. We know that Google also hires people. So does Binance, and so does something else. But for some reason, that's really weird. And they always use the exact same terminology as well on many different websites. Whenever Ripple, the company, is hiring, they always use, I was just thinking of it and I looked up and saw it. They always use the term hiring spree. This happens often. I'm not exactly sure why. This news was kind of all over the place. Maybe it has to do with the fact that they openly announced that they were going to be not improving, expanding on-demand liquidity, previously known as XRapid, and therefore more XRP usage would be had. That must be it, because this was actually everywhere that I looked. But good for them. We know that they're trying to expand. I didn't not expect them to try to expand. And right, that was the Ripple XRP news for today. It's, if you're a successful company and you have money, you're gonna hire more people. So that's the Ripple news for today. And to kind of finish things off, Binance US has announced plans of listing Atom, the native currency of the interoperable blockchain known as Cosmos, on its staking platform. Amid the news, Atom has recovered from last week's lows and is up 3% in the last trading day, but still down double digits week to date. I think Bitcoin fell down by about a good $150 before I started the video, so I'm pretty sure no coin has gone unscathed. There's a little price chart right there. And it says, in all fairness, the crypto market is still under the bear grip. It will take a lot of convincing for traders to shift from the safety of fiat and stablecoins. Stablecoins, given the high demand, are trading at a premium. In green, and for each USD converted to USDT, for instance, fewer coins will be yielded. Stablecoins. For Atom holders, this is bullish news. Sure. It is even better for the safety of the network because Atom will earn rewards for users' funds and redistribute them to holders. And the proof-of-stake network, of which Ethereum will soon shift to. Staking is vital for the safety of the for validators. Kava and Based on Cosmos, many coins holders of. Okay, so this article doesn't actually say how much Cosmos or Atom you'll receive for staking your coin, but at the very bottom, they made sure to. So apparently, there's another coin called Kava. And you will receive. That's a lot. I don't know how that's sustainable. Apparently, holders of Kava will receive anywhere from 14 to 16% in annual yields. That can't go on for too long. That's maybe like a 1, 2, 3 year thing. You can't get 16% returns on something forever. Eventually, I assume this is also based on like the printing of the coin. Anyway, sure, if you have Kava, you can get 14 to 16%. And if you had Cosmos or were thinking of getting Cosmos, Binance keeps adding multiple staking coins. I assume they're going to, I give it by the end of this year, they'll probably have anywhere from 30 to 50 different staking coins on all of their platforms, maybe combined, maybe separate. But what we're going to see is that certain proof of stake coins will definitely do a lot better than others, which is going to be, I mean, certain things always do better than other things. So I'm always fascinated to see, and I think it's kind of like I would love to get into a dividend-based staking cryptocurrency right now. The issue is that there are just too many of them for me. I can't choose between the 25 that are constantly spoken about, but I'll be honest with you, probably only 3 or 4 of them will be chosen, or that will be the most popular as time goes on. And it just doesn't make sense for me to sprinkle my money across 25 different coins, hoping that 3 of them make it, and then maybe being able to get rewards on them. So I'll just focus on the coins that I have, because if you spread yourself too thin, you get nothing, especially with other coins not performing very well. But yeah, Cosmos is being added to Binance US, and you're going to be able to stake it. Sure, let's move on. And to finish things off, or rather, as always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Joshua Vineyard, Martin Stoyer, Josh Gorsica, Mr. Pickles, Chongololo Songololo, John Sarson, Nostromo. Someone, I see a lot of people writing in the comment section that every time I say Chongololo Songololo, that people are laughing. I don't know what it means. Maybe it means something, but that's the name I was given. John Sarson, The Animal Reader, A Bibliophobia, Barebones Mining, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Mohammed Maroni, Master Ventures in Thailand, Brady Niels, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Adobo, Bankroll Network, Crypto Joe, Mill Weezy, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Nicholas Renault, One Piece, One Love, Richie Rich III, Nick Kanaya, Setsuna Damien, Anthony Charles, Nick Mangialavori, Paxis, Crypto Beer Shipmate, Vlad the Impaler, Minting Coins, Jeremy Fox, Jim Gardner, Miller Hitch Test Every Day, and Calcium Leg Day, Yes to Crypto, Buddy McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Arf Medic 17, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger Macho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Rayola Michelle, URL, and hold on, I have to sneeze. Thank you all very, very much for your support. And thank you to every single one of you who is a supporter of the channel. I do thank all of you. At the moment, Bitcoin is currently down by 6%, sitting at $7,352. I, myself, am expecting a further downward movement. I am not expecting any point soon Bitcoin to shoot back above 9,000. If things continue in this direction, probably by the end of this day, we will see a $7,200 or $7,100 Bitcoin. It seems very possible. And then from there, we start getting all the news, probably tomorrow morning, about a $6,800 Bitcoin and just how low can we go. Ethereum is down by 15%. XRP's down by just around 10%, currently sitting at 18 cents. Litecoin is down by 13, EOS is down by 14, Tezos is down by 20, Chainlink is down by 22. Cardano is down by 15. Not to keep saying how much everything is down by, it's more to just, for those of you not looking at the screen, to just tell you exactly what's going on. This is happening everywhere, not just in crypto, so I want to say don't fret, but it's more like a it just is what it is. This is the current situation that we have. We've had moments before where cryptocurrencies have been heavily hit and they have rebounded before. No one knows if they are going to rebound. No one can say for certain. However, if you are in the market for the long term, I've said this about a week ago at this point, this may be the time for you to get in. I will tell you in all honesty, in all honesty, I'm expecting prices to continue dipping, and this is when I will begin to buy up things that I like. And should they continue dipping further, I'll just buy a bit more. Anyway, yeah. If nothing else, interesting times. If nothing else. Thank you all once again for caring. Like I said, I'm fine. It's winter. I would give you more details, but you don't need them. I hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.